Have you ever thought about what it would be like to dream about this?
To arrive and find this?
I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. Hi everyone, how are you?
Drop everything and watch today's video. You're more than welcome.
To this channel, I am Carol Capel, your favorite dream destroyer. And in today's video, there will be something that will destroy your dreams more than me. You will see. We are going to talk about Dismaland. And no, it's not Dilmaland, okay? It's not Dilma's land, it's Dismaland. Seriously, you're going to be shocked. So get ready, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Don't forget to like the video and follow me on Instagram too. I have to give a message here. Days 23, 24, 25, and 26. They are the Black Friday weekend. So it's Black Friday and the weekend on Monday, ending on Cyber Monday. And obviously, I couldn't leave these days blank. So I'm going to provide a discount coupon of 40% off for people to take my English course on Black Friday. Only on these 4 days. You will only be able to buy on these 4 days. This discount coupon will work for 4 days. Carol, how do I get access to this discount coupon? Simple, you go to my Instagram, which is Carol Cape Official. You follow me and stay tuned to my stories because I will release the discount coupon on these 4 days only, okay? So you go, you don't miss it. Because it's a big discount, folks, for you to start the year of 2019 already speaking English, which is the most spoken language in the world, the most important language in the world, and the language you need to get a new job and earn more money. Follow me there to get this great discount and start my course. Having said that, today we are going to talk about Dismaland. Have you ever imagined what a completely destroyed Disney would look like? Know that the place I'm going to show you in today's video really exists. And it's going to scare everyone. Have you ever heard of Dismaland?
Yes, Dismaland.
Dismaland is an amusement park, if we can call it that. It's an ironic imitation of nothing more, nothing less than what? Disneyland is a kind of Disney of destruction, of the dump, of demolition, a dystopia that is an imaginary place or state of our mind where one lives in a condition of extreme oppression, despair, or deprivation. In other words, a horrible place created by an artist named Banksy, who I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, and it's a shame it's been closed for over 3 years, because if it were open, I would catch a plane today and go there to film for you. Guess who closed it, right? You will see in this story how I won't be able to visit there. The images in this video are not mine, but they could be. What happens is that this artist Banksy wanted to create an amusement park that was totally unconventional, ironic, and to slap society in the face. Banksy is the best person I know. He included great ironies in this park. Things including that you will see in this video, which is a real official attack on no one more, no one less than Disney. SeaWorld, Universal. The park was located in Weston, United Kingdom, among many other places. And depending on how you look at the situations inside the park, it can be considered hilarious. That is, there are things in there that make you laugh a lot. But sometimes there are also some things there to open our eyes. They are shocking images. Bansky's idea was really to shock everyone with his devilish little park. The entire project of the artist was created in secret, mainly because he did not want to be interrupted by laws or by Disney's lawyers. The city's residents and the few tourists that this city received became curious and even believed that he was building a set for a horror movie, because the people who passed by outside and looked did not understand anything that was happening there. And then he hired 58 artists and he built Dismaland, which was located in that region and was 2.5 acres in size. It was quite large. One of the main attractions of the park is an anarchist tent. Inside it, there are several advertising posters from various bus stops, taken from real bus stops, where inside you can pay to rent a baseball bat and break everything. That's the fun of the attraction. You can go in there and break everything, and then you can go and stick in the place where you broke a poster. Any poster you want, folks. which can be any poster you want. It can be a Satan poster, it can be a poster of your face. You can break it and then you're going to stick another one in its place. This is one of the park's attractions. We can call this a park, right? Right next to it, there is another attraction, which is a tent that sells loans. Yes, loans. With interest rates that go up to 5,000% per month. The idea of this attraction is to show how we are deceived by the world's financial systems and how much money they take from us without us realizing it. According to the park's creator, people become poor paying installments for the rest of their lives to have a piece of land to live on. I think Banksy is somewhat of a socialist. The truth is that this park has the exact level of sarcasm that any intelligent person who asks questions wants to see. They took all the beautiful things from society, showed the truth that exists behind all these beautiful things, and made an exhibition like this, for anyone who wants to see themselves. There is even a part of this park that has Cinderella's crashed carriage with dead horses and several photographers as if they were paparazzi taking pictures of this whole situation, which makes a very interesting social criticism. The criticism is that when someone is having an accident, there is someone there taking pictures, making news, making fun. In other words, a criticism of our current society. The exhibition lasted only 36 weeks, but it earned Banksy over £400,000 in profit. Everyone, including me, wanted to visit this park. So now, stop everything you're doing, pay close attention to this video, because we're going to analyze the amazing details of this park. To start with, folks, the security. The security of all Orlando amusement parks is done through metal detectors, right? Here at Dismaland, no, they are done through paper detectors precisely because the artist wanted to criticize and say that this security that happens at the entrances of amusement parks, it is very flawed. And that many times you can imagine the hypothesis here with me, you may be entering the park with a weapon, with something, that this fake security of the parks won't even notice. That's why it's a big criticism. The lack of security that exists within real amusement parks, the parks that we actually go to, Disney, Universal, etc. I totally agree, guys, that Disney security is a hypocrisy. They pick randomly. Now they are getting everyone to go through the metal detector. But guys, if a little child passes by there with a weapon in the stroller, those things, don't they look underneath what's in the stroller? In other words, at Dismaland, he thinks just like me. He took and put their paper metal detectors. All the computers in the security room are made of paper. The security camera is made of paper precisely to make this social criticism of security within amusement parks. The picture you're seeing on the screen is the best one in my opinion. Best? You can see that in this picture we have an employee wearing a Mickey ear, holding balloons written, "I am an idiot." In this part here, the park creator wanted to give a slight hint, very lightly, at the way amusement park employees around the world are treated. And what's more, have you ever seen how much one of these balloons costs inside Disney? At Disneyland Paris, it costs €10. Over at Disneyland in the United States, it's between $10 and $20. In other words, you're an idiot for paying all that for a balloon. There are two criticisms in just one image. And if you pay attention to this employee's face, you'll see that she's not happy at all. Oh, and folks, detail. All these photos that I'm going to show you, I'm noticing things that perhaps you've noticed more things. Because each of these photos contains like images that we have thousands of interpretations. So, if you had a different interpretation of what I'm talking about these photos, you comment below because this is very valuable for our discussion, okay? Comment below. Let's move on to the next one. The next image is an advertisement that Dismaland put in the middle of the road a little before arriving at the park, which is exactly like the billboard, which is not a billboard that speaks. Okay, folks? Outdoor is an expression for outside the house, literally, okay? What we call an outdoor in Brazil, outside of Brazil, the correct English is sign. So he put up a sign exactly like the signs that are around Disney. Anyone who has been to Disney knows that when you take the highway there, I-4, which leads to Disney, all the Disney signs are super happy and such. So this is the Disneyland advertisement. You're seeing this, right? How interesting and amazing. He took a piece of the official Disneyland advertisement and made it look like everything was destroyed and put Disneyland. It's wonderful. Guys, it's a state of the art. This next photo, guys, is another attraction of the park. And on top, there is a sign, right? A sign, which we have now learned to say that says, drop the anvil. Then I couldn't understand, guys. So, please, if anyone understood what this attraction meant, comment below for me. Please, because I think my level of sarcasm is not good, that I didn't understand what is happening. But if you notice, what do all the employees use? Mickey's ear, I even put on this shirt here, look, in a message. The carousel in the park is a horror to people. First of all, it doesn't really work. It's half toppled over and partially sunk into the ground. It contains various subliminal messages that convey meaning to those who understand without needing to be explicit. One of them is on the sign that's written, wrong time, wrong place, be there. And I also wasn't able to understand this reference, so what did I do? I searched on the internet what it meant. It means, when you're in the wrong place at the wrong time and something happens, like a plane crash, for example, you were in the wrong place at the wrong time, everything was wrong there, that's why you died. You were inside the World Trade Center when it was hit by the plane and you died. So it's the wrong place, the wrong time, be there. So he's telling you to be in the wrong places at the wrong times. Do you understand? The term and the whole park are very heavy. But the carousel in the park reveals even heavier things. If anyone understood the intimate meaning of this sign being on the carousel, please comment below. Another thing on the carousel is very disturbing is the lasagna part. There's a doll sitting in refrigerator clothes. He's all in white, all bloody, okay? And then he has a knife in his hand and underneath there are 2 boxes of lasagna. If you notice behind this doll there is a horse hanging as if it were a refrigerator itself. What does this suggest to us? That they are making lasagna with horse meat. Guys, look how heavy that is. Don't you think it's heavy? I found it super heavy, guys. The next image is also from inside the park. It's a horse with an exposed skeleton. I couldn't exactly understand, guys. There are things that I could understand from these images, but there are things that I think you can only understand by being there. Because I know they did the tour. When you did the tour through the park, you would go with audio and then you would understand the exhibition and the entire park. Because there are things that I really was not able to understand. This shows a horse skeleton that is exposed. I also wasn't able. The best of all the images for me is this one you are seeing now, which it shows well the masked happiness that I always tell you that exists behind the employees who work at Disney. Nobody inside is really happy to work there. Understand? You're happy for a while, but then when you end up being exploited, receiving a shitty salary, it doesn't bring much happiness, right? So this photo, for me, it shows well the feeling of a cast member. Another disturbing image of the park is this one that is appearing on the screen for you now. It speaks for itself, but I will explain. These boats, they are surrounded by immigrants, and there are even some folks, if you notice in the photo behind, who fell in the water and died. And they even have Navy boats there with their guns pointed at their heads. I believe it was a critique of the United States immigration policy and also these boats that arrive full of Africans here in Europe every day and what the police do to combat this. So it's a critique of the terrible policies and practices of immigration and acceptance of immigrants that they call political asylum here in Europe and the United States. So now this part with the Disneyland castle and the distorted aerial is sensational. It really gives us an idea of everything the artist wanted to say with this, because it's really what happens to us. They distort the way we see things and make us not notice the solid details. For you, no problem. I bring everything on my channel. There are many detailed videos there. Just watch them all. And lastly, but the best, I always leave the best for the end. Guys, seriously, look at this image that's appearing on your screen now. This image, analyze it, look at it. It's a critique, obviously, of SeaWorld, right? Where the whale is coming out of the toilet. What is the toilet? It's SeaWorld and it's falling into a tiny pool. So this critique for me is the best critique ever made. Why? Because it's exactly what I tell you guys. The animals are suffering in those tiny tanks. I have a whole video just about this world here on the channel. I'll leave it here on the card for you to watch. And also watch the Blackfish documentary. But this image for me, and the next image, which is the dolphin trapped in the net as an amusement park attraction, are the best ever. Seriously, I have no words to describe these images. And that's exactly it. When you're at SeaWorld, you don't notice, right? Because you're deceived by the magic. You're all there. Oh, how cool. I'm seeing a whale. I've also been like this. Guys, I've talked about this in my video. I've been like this. But then when you see an image like this, you realize the size of the shit that this is. So Banksy, our dear friend Banksy, he is a very intelligent person because he knew how to show us in a totally unprecedented and different way things that we unfortunately, because of our ego, because of our short sight, because of the magic, because of that blindfold that companies put in front of our eyes, we can't perceive. I don't know what you guys think, but I loved Banksy, seriously. And if the exhibition was still running, I wouldn't be sitting here. I would be there filming live for you. And I also believe, just like Banksy, that the best way to show the truth that is masked in things is through irony and sarcasm. So congratulations to him for doing that very well. That's all for today's video. Were you aware of Dismaland before this? Let me know in the comments. Are you curious to visit this place? If this place was still open today, would you go? Taking a group trip, everyone, me, you, us at Dismaland, how cool. So that's it, folks. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, getting to know a bit about the sarcastic side of Dismaland. It's a real story, folks. It really existed. It was a real park. Look at how amazing that is. And if you liked it, don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, because that way when I post new videos, you'll receive them on your phone. How great is that? Or on your computer, of course, in your email. Remember, November 23rd to 26th is Black Friday for my course. Follow me on Instagram or Carol Capel Official for the discount coupon. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in our next video.